see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Badgers will put total leather to crank us up. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. So Penn State's offense will have first crack at this one. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game. When you continue to hit...
There he goes! He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. Now the pitch. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one, establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front, and this guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will get the ball for the first time. And David, if you like big plays, and I know you do, and highlight real catches, and I know you do, we've got a guy for you on this offense.
Man, it's so fun to watch him, not for defensive coordinators, defensive players, but this is a guy that can make plays all over the field. He will be highlighted, just the speed, the playmaking, the catching ability. Jesse, he will make plays early and often.
Man, it is so nice as a quarterback when you have a guy like that lining up, because you can just throw it anywhere in his vicinity and trust he's going to find a way to get it done and make the catch. Even when he's defended, he is always open, and you're going to see him line up all over the field, and he'll get the ball in a variety of ways.
The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this.
Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup and get him the football for the first down.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
Jones wants to throw it. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And Nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Nowhere to go with the run down. He goes at the 39.
The coaches talked about gotta get to the quarterback, gotta ruffle his feathers a little bit. How about this first drive, man? They've already sacked him twice. This will pay dividends throughout a football game.
The Badgers send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Quick toss. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Got the first down and more. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The Nittany Lions line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. And he's wrestled to the ground. A long way to go on 4th and goal. It's now 4th and goal. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Man, what a backbreaker for this defense. You do such a good job backing them up, making it 4th and goal, making it a long situation, and the offense comes through with the touchdown pass. That's just heartbreaking for this defense.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. The hand to the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Hold. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Jones to throw. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40. On the run, it's Bishop. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Peters. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. From the red zone, looking for a man. Grabs it in the middle. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They want to throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Jones wants to throw it. Here's a heat. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Oh, he missed it. No good. Guys, the missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. He's out past the 35. He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Bringing the heat. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Turns it on in midfield. Breaks into the open. The tag. Slippery slide. Finding his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Very intriguing B12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. LSU managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. Don't blame the gumbo there in Baton Rouge this week. These Tigers are to blame for this one being this close. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
And Kevin, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The play action fake. Grab near the marker. It's Reynolds. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important.
Makes a grab for a big play. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Randolph.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Running back searching for a hole. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. And the Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Jones to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Badgers! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And to get rid of it quickly. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On the option. He'll toss it. Turning it on. Forced out of bounds right at the 33-yard line. Really good pickup there.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run. Another good run. Another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Penn State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Defense has to do a better job with their assignment football, trying to slow this option play down. Someone has to account for the dive, the quarterback, and the pitch man. That time they were missing the pitch man outside, and that's why he scored.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner goes down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Right, and I like you got the first down of the drive. So,
and the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Jones wants to throw it. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game, he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Lets it fly. Right on the money. There he goes. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for space, it's Martin. Got the first down and more. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley.
And the Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
Man, they're going to have to be really aggressive. massive release. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side of the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need... Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Bishop. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Pulls it in. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. We always talk about the Wisconsin ground game, but the Badgers have had some efficient quarterbacks in recent years, too.
And just finding the guy that fits, right? They're a scheme fit, a system fit. Finding that guy that can be a complement to the run game. That's what you want with a great Wisconsin offense.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half if they keep giving him the football.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Jones to throw. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And the Badgers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll move the wide receiver. Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been...
Oh, he's got some space. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense picks it up. All by himself down the middle. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. The defense putting points on the board.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wake Forest is getting blitzed right now at home in front of that loyal fan base. Loyal, but my goodness, that's being tested today. They're trailing by 24 to Arkansas. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in a rhythm because this pass rush is in your face all day. Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. They're looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll run it again. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to the back. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll try the run. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Leaves it with the back. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Bringing it back. And the returner will be dragged down. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field. We're right, and the play will stand. Here's the pressure. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to power their way ahead. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced them into 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Randolph. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Fires to the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And I bet like the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. A sack ends the drive for this O, and the punting unit is now on the field. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Nittany Lions come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. And after the short run, the clock hits 0, and we are all wrapped up here.